Hello everyone! Today we are going to be painting a delightful robin in a winter scene. The background and branches are so easy to do and complement the cute little bird perfectly. Let me show you how to make it. I've got an awesome canvas by Arteza, roughly 28 by 35. It's really well stretched, you can hear it. I'm going to sketch my tree really quickly. I want some branches here in this corner and in the right bottom corner as well. I think I'm quite happy with the main part here. I'm going to turn it down because I want to use my glue gun and it'll be easier for me to go from top down here. As you can see, sometimes glue may get a bit lumpy, which, to be honest, doesn't really matter if you're making a tree, because that will always look good. You can also stretch the glue when it's still wet. That's probably the width I want. I don't want it any wider here, any thicker. I found a smaller one. See how this one will work. Sticking a new stick. I think using glue gun, especially for tree branches, gives you some really awesome effects. They're like really gnarly and, you know, sort of natural looking. Now very quickly for the second one. And while I'm doing it, I actually wanted to, it's probably the first time I'm mentioning it, but I would really encourage you to follow me on Instagram. It's not because I want to build a follow-up. To be honest, my Instagram actually something to do with algorithms, but it's like stuck on the same number for a whole year. Why I'm saying it is because you can message me, we can have some nice conversations, and most of all, you can send me pictures of your work and I can share them every Friday. It's called Fun Friday and I share all your lovely work. I love it because I can see which video of mine inspired you and you make beautiful pieces. I really, really appreciate it. So much more personal because, you know, you can message me directly. What I've collected here is the selection of all the blues I could find. So we've got phthalo blue, ultramarine, sky blue. There's my own mix. Here I mixed silver with sky blue, Payne's grey with white, silver, pearl white and titanium white. What I want is kind of atmospheric, snowy, bluey background. In my head, I'm planning that I'm going to put some snow on the branches as well. Therefore, I need my background a bit darker. There is no order. I'm basically going to drizzle stuff everywhere. I want this corner a bit darker, putting it between the branches as well. And then I'll try, hopefully I'll try to control it somehow. At the moment, not sure how. But having fun, making lots of mess. Okay, see how whether it moves or not. Okay, just a bit. Yes, no gloves again. I'm sorry, that's just me touching the paint. I do like feeling what I'm making, you know. Oh, I love this color. I love it. Could use a spatula. Sorry, palette knife, yes. But not everywhere, as you can see. I'll put some more on. I'm just trying to make sure that there are no huge dry patches before we spread some more. I know you're looking at it and thinking, there's no way it's going to look good. Well, I don't know. I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping. And you know me, I never tried before, so again, I have no idea. Oh, by the way, I want to say thank you so much for all of you who sent me some lovely ideas and suggestions for my future tutorials. I'm really, really grateful. But this week, the inspiration actually comes to my own lounge. I was sitting there thinking what to make, and then I looked at the tree I made some time ago. And there it is, have a look. well, all covered with blue. With this painting, background is incredibly important. So I'll try to spread the colors the way I want them to go. And if I need to add another shade, I will do it. I'm just turning it so it's comfortable for me. I do have a metal straw, but I keep those old ones, like they are really, really old, and reuse them because they are kind of, I can control more. Okay, so I'm just going to blow and try to blend the colors. I really want the shades to blend in. Let's choose them this way. I think I much prefer these colors. I'm not too keen on this blue, so I might add some other color on top. I'm very happy with this part, but I am not happy with this section. I am going to just drizzle some other colors. I wish I'd never put this ultramarine. It was a bit too purplish. So let's just remove it. But it's fun. It's so different when you blow it. The colors really blend in nicely, but in a very, very different way. I was first thinking of doing a swipe over, but that will give us a completely different effect. And I think I quite like this. I can play like this for a really, really long time. Just about to finish. So we leave it to dry. When you blow, the layer of paint is much thinner. So that should be actually dry pretty quickly, which makes me happy. The background was dry in a day and a half, actually pretty quickly. You can see the silver at an angle. I'm considering adding maybe a bit more white here, or even sprinkling some white. And I do want some snow on the branches. But before I do that, I'm going to make a little robin. Got leftover Fimo clay. First time I tried when I was making my grapes, you know, the grapevine. You can see the video over there. I had so much fun. I made leaves, 2 leaves actually, first time ever using this clay. Yeah, that will be enough for our bird. I'm just going to work it out, make it a bit softer. And this is the little guy from the tree. This one was made just from aluminium foil and wire, nothing else. I'm going to take away some of the clay for the wings. That's probably enough. So from this, I'm going to form body and head. I flatten it down just like this. I think we'll get the right shape. I want him to be fat. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong direction. Yeah, I want the bird this way. Beautiful birds. And they are the only birds when you're in the garden or working in the garden. They just come so close. I think I should be doing it on baking paper or something I can easily peel him off. I'm still new to the clay, you know, to the air drying clay. So let me find something better. Trying to pinch a bit of clay here for the nose. I think the nose is alright. Very thin here. It's got quite flat heads, you know, like sort of a no neck. So I don't know how to do the wing. Let's just take off some of the clay. I probably should have some special tools for this clay. This works. I'm a bit worried that if I buy all the, you know, special equipment for the Fimo clay, I'll just start playing with it and I won't have time for anything else, which is possible. Now I need to shape some of the feathers. I might use actually the end of this, the other side of this tool. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Does imitate some feathers going this way. Okay, so now we can place that here. I think it'll be alright. Just trying to add a bit of texture to his wings. And now for the eye. Let's give him a nice round eye. Just press it now. Those legs. I'm trying to roll some legs, but I'm not sure they are too thin now. And this one looks a bit too fat for me. Well, I struggled with the legs, so in the end I just made one here because yeah, it's so incredibly thin. So I would just bake the legs separately and then put him on top. Something like this. And then the other leg will be painted because we can only see half of him. So what do you think? That's the plan. So now I'm going to put the oven on. The instruction says 110 degrees Celsius. And I checked online, I think it says for 30 minutes. They also suggest preheating the oven to 110 before. So that's what I'm going to do. Robin is in the oven. I've got this really nice heavy body acrylic paint by my Artscape. I'm just going to use my finger because I want to touch in some areas, not everywhere. And at this stage, if you touch the painting instead of the branches, so what I do, I'm quickly using the wet wipe. I don't think I want it perfect because the snow wouldn't be like everywhere the same, be falling off some of the branches and staying in some sections. When you have wet snow, it actually covers most of the branches and there's some moisture in the air, so the snow clings onto every branch. That's what I'm imagining. I do love the moment when sort of the branches pop once you touch them with paint. I actually received quite a few pictures from those of you who were trying to replicate my apple on the branch. Made some really lovely work. And thank you so much, when you actually credit me, saying who your inspiration was. I want the robin to be the sort of a focal point, really bright with the red, throat and yeah. Now the question is, do I want to sprinkle some white on top or not? Let's just wait for it to dry, because then if I don't like it, I can wipe it off. But at the moment, I would wipe off all the stuff that I've done so far. So I'll just wait a bit. I took this brush, quite a big and stiff one. I'm just spraying a tiny amount of, it's actually not titanium white, this is the pearl white. It's like really small dots. Let's just leave it. Look at the little baby. Solid dry. Not burnt at all. The final was light grey, so I'm going to paint him now. And I'm going to look for reference online. And this is going to be a male robin, so with the lovely red throat. Yes, the leg survived as well. Look at this leg, this is so funny. If you don't have an artist palette, you can cover any plate with just cling film and mix your paints here, as I did before. I still keep it. Once it's dry, you can reuse it, decreasing the wastage. Now, I'm going to start with the lightest color. So we like off-white for his tummy. I've got some lovely picture of a robin. I can see some like grey and a bit of beige and brown. So I've collected all kinds of browns. Here we've got burnt sienna, we've got burnt amber, raw sienna, that's yellow ochre. We also have yellow ochre by Arteza, which is a slightly different color, and titanium white. So I'll start with this light color, and then I might change and add some darker values. This is definitely the fun part. I mean, for me, for sure. You know, when you make something 3D, you don't really have to worry so much about getting some depth and creating shadows, because you will have natural shadows, you know, under the wings. And yes, you can add darker colors here, but you already have a 3D shape. I'm testing another puddle with yellow ochre and maybe a bit of Payne's grey. So something like this. Now I want light grey, but I can either mix my white with a tiny bit of Mars black, or perhaps I'll add a bit of Payne's grey, which will be more bluey white. I think that's the colour roughly. I might add a few darker brown streaks later on, but I'll focus on the orange part now. I've got this deep orange, it's like a red orange, cadmium orange by Cassard, which is almost the robin colour I want. And each individual bird will have a slightly different patch of orange. They're not identical. Some of the orange goes way here, around the eye. It's cute. I almost forgotten about his leg. So I think this is the right colour. And add a bit of black to the beak. Okay, I'll leave it. Time for the eye. Oh, this is precision work. So I might actually, instead of using this, I will use the pouring mix, because it's going to be easier to just put a drop. Hey, he's cute, isn't he? Super happy with the eye, and you can only achieve it actually dropping the acrylic mix. So once it's dry, I'll probably add just a little drop of white. Well, the last stage is attaching him and the leg to the branch. There's a little sort of indent here, which I actually didn't do on purpose, but now it's going to be perfect. Just somewhere here. So since I didn't make the second one 3D, it's going to be just painted behind. I'm going to snap the end of the leg, because I want the leg underneath the bird and I want the bird to be really flatly attached. So, oh, amputation. It's really strong. It's clay. I think I've got the same colours as I used before. So we've got titanium white, Payne's grey and a bit of burnt umber. I'm not going to use glue gun to attach the leg. I'm going to use diamond glaze, which is a very nice glue. It's incredible how strong this is. Still in awe, you know. I really like him. And I know who will love the bird. I know my mum will love the bird. Once she sees it, she'll be like, oh, she loves birds. She loves small birds. Absolutely loves them. You were asking me before, you know, the apple that I attached to my painting. I used the same glue. I also used the same glue on the penguin. It was such a cool video. So there's a link to the penguin one. It's very wintry. I'm sure you will love it. Different materials. I was testing something, so you might find it interesting. I believe it was here. Yes. Okay, I'm going to hold underneath just for a few seconds. Leg is really nicely stuck. That was like 2 minutes ago. And because the clay is slightly bendable, just ever so slightly, it actually went around the branch, which makes it very, very natural. There's one problem with the glue. When you close it, it gets kind of hard at the very, very top. So I use a pin and I just poke it every time I want to use it, and then it's absolutely fine. And again, I'll just hold him a couple of minutes. Well, there you go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I sure did. I couldn't find the real Robin to film when I went out, unfortunately, but my little fellow is almost as cute as the real thing. If you're not subscribed yet, you might want to consider it, because I have a new video every week and I chat with my subscribers live when the videos premiere. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!